What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show. We're trying to get to some money. Today is Monday. It's a new week, new month, new money, man. We're trying to get to it. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA to check out all the articles that we have over there and NBA content as well. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's my guy, BlackJack Fletcher. That's my guy, Junior Browne. We're here to break down these NBA games. Gonna recap the weekend. Anything that you guys saw over the weekend, my guys? Some real good games, man. What's up, BlackJack? Everything good with you?
Yeah, brother, everything's fantastic. Doing great. Ready to start the month of February off with some wins here. The Nets still stink. And I don't know why Bradley Beal's still in DC, but other than that, all good.
Hey, Westbrook looked like the old Westbrook yesterday, Junior. So I mean, it's just crazy. Some of these players they pick and choose, and they want to play. Westbrook hadn't looked right all season. He's like OKC Westbrook yesterday. I mean, he switched that three, boy, like he was Steph Curry or something. But I mean, I know Junior. Hey, Junior didn't want to hear about that, man. Junior just told us a story real quick. He's, you know what I'm saying, about hey, what's up with you, Junior? Want to tell the people what you told us?
Yeah, I had a money line parlay that paid even money, or just a little bit better than even money, with the Raptors and the Nets. When Kyrie was shooting his free throws, I was like, I'm starving. I'm going to get something to eat. This is done, obviously, right? And then somebody told me, they're like, yo, sorry about Brooklyn's loss. I was like, the fuck are you talking about right now? So anyways, yeah, so that's life. Weekend was all right, though. Hit the Raptors, -5.5. They seem to be, I wouldn't say turning it around because they still don't really have that many wins, but they're still fighting. And I took the Clippers. I was scared of the number, but the Knicks don't really do well against teams like that that have versatile forwards. Anyways, so yeah, I hit that, and I took Sacramento on Saturday plus the points after talking all kinds of shit about them on Friday. So my weekend was actually pretty good. The Nets tried to ruin it, but it was all right.
Exactly. Yeah, let's get to it, man. New week, new money, new month, man. Yeah, this weekend, Dame Lillard with a huge shot, a 3-point buzzer beater over there. You know what I'm saying? To the step back to the side, it was a real nice shot, man. I'm sorry for Bulls backers because they pretty much went from them covering to the literally the Blazers win. So that was tough there. I was watching that game. It was a crazy comeback there. But the Lakers versus Celtics. Them boys there, that was a real tough game, man. Especially, that was a crazy game. Way at the end, I was just like, oh man. So I mean, obviously the Lakers really deserved to lose that game, but they ended up coming back strong fourth quarter. So the fact, sometimes people had to take the money line when it's a close game, man. The Mavs, they pissed that game away versus the Suns. There, they was actually up by, I remember it was up like 70-57. They had a good game. Chris Paul late. The Mavs just ran out of gas there. Luka, they got in at 4:00 in the morning. All this, they got outscored 34-23 in that fourth quarter without Porzingis. So they almost won without Porzingis. The Pistons, when they get smacked up versus the Warriors, there the boys was finna they was getting killed there. We know the whole Rodney McGruder situation there, Draymond Green getting on them, so that was crazy there. Them boys we're gonna see what them boys bow tonight after getting just obliterated. The Grizzlies, they surprised a lot of people. I mean, I know the Grizzlies played the Spurs tough, but to come off their layoff and to smack the Spurs by 17, that was pretty impressive there. The Hornets they beat the Bucks. They were up by 15. Then it was the Bucks come back to tie it up. Then got back up by double digits. So they showed something there. And the Heat finally get a win there, win by 1 over the Sacramento Kings. So the Kings get the cover. Yesterday, Jazz streak comes to the end. The Wizards end up getting the job done. That was crazy. The 76ers come back with a huge fourth quarter to beat the Pacers without Joel Embiid. Raptors keep it going. Timberwolves get a win, and Clippers keep it going as well over the Knicks, man. So that's what's going down over this weekend. Let's get to it today. That's what you guys are here for. First game up. Lakers versus Hawks here. We got the Lakers last game of a 7-game road trip. They're coming off a pretty huge game versus the Celtics. Obviously, I don't even know why it's a game on a rundown. Obviously, LeBron and AD questionable, just like every day. So you pretty much have to wait to the last second to really know what's going on in this game. But we you look at the Hawks here, BlackJack. They've cashed their 6-1 ATS last 7 games. BlackJack, can they play enough defense to keep it close with the Lakers possibly win this game?
Yeah, I'm taking the Hawks here. Taking the Hawks plus the 6. It's the Lakers' last game of a 7-game road swing. They obviously had the 2 losses in a row to Philadelphia and Detroit. They get the win in Boston, but that game was, it went down to the last second there to get that win. Now they go to Atlanta. Listen, Atlanta's been good at home, right? I mean, they've covered a bunch of games there. They've been playing really well. I just think this is one of those games that, the Lakers may well win this thing, but I'm going to take the Hawks team at 6 as the Lakers may be thinking a little bit more about getting back home. And that doesn't factor in that we may well get at least one of AD or LeBron sitting on the bench. And if they do play, who knows how many minutes, I'm going to take the Hawks in the 6.
A little day off in Atlanta with the boys went to Magic City or something, Junior. What you thinking here? Hawks, can the Hawks keep it close, possibly get this one in, get this win? And this AD, I ain't gonna even talk about AD and LeBron playing. Hell, let's assume both of them playing. Hawks here at plus 5.5, or probably go up a little bit, but plus 5.5 plus the 6, Junior. What you liking here?
It's funny that you just said that party in Atlanta or day off in Atlanta, because every time I talk to my cousin out there, it's like there's no COVID. Is there COVID in Atlanta? Because nobody's wearing masks. Everyone's still in the club. Atlanta's still popping. It's kind of weird. But anyways.
Brother, we live in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I was just out on Saturday, so don't get me started about what's going on.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. But anyways, I'll say this. If I'm the coach of the Lakers, I would consider resting one of AD or LeBron or even both. Because if you do, that means that they would be off from Saturday until Thursday because they don't play again until Thursday. That's 5 days off for 2 guys that were the biggest voices in terms of not wanting to start the season right away. 5 days off would be real nice. So I kind of expect one of them to not play. And for that reason, I'm not going to touch this game until I get confirmation on who's in the Lakers lineup, because that makes obviously a huge difference to this number.
Exactly. Now you're right. The spot says, like I say, I got it ready. It's a spot play. If you like the Hawks here, it's the last game of a road trip. You always, it's always a face spot in theory for a team. Now, some of the best teams in the league, they can make an exception to those spots. But like Junior said, if you just look at it, we know that AD was dealing with a injury there. He sat out one of those games. I think it was versus the Pistons. Then he played versus the Celtics, obviously. So I mean, they could still come full go here. The Lakers could, but just in theory, with them, like you say, I've been thinking about all morning. Them boys just ready to get back to the house. They've been on the road for a while. I know they tried to be road warriors, but they took a couple losses. So I mean, they're 10-0. That streak that you're trying to do, we know they never want to take a loss or lose 2 in a row. AD even say themselves, we damn sure we're losing 3 in a row, but it's just a little tricky spot. If you can get that Trae Young that's hitting like the logo, hitting, you know what I'm saying, them Curry type threes, man, they got a couple of defenders out there that can line up with them boys. The Capello, the way that he runs the floor, they have some matchups in their favor for the Hawks here. You're getting a home dog here with the spot. They got Gallinari, but you got Rondo, who played on the Lakers over there. I like this spot for the Hawks here. His Hawks are nothing for me, and I like them there plus the 6, plus the 5.5. And if you get one of those players out for the Lakers, it's definitely a go. It's definitely a go for the Hawks there. But the spot is always, this is always a spot, guys, in the NBA when the team is on the last game of their road trip. Even when it's 4 or 5 games, this is 7th game of their road trip. Yep. You had the day off in Atlanta. You probably at the strip club eating Lou Will lemon pepper wings. You did what I'm saying. Hey, I like the Hawks in this spot with my guys. Let's get to the next one, my guys. Let's get to the next one. We got the Hornets versus the Heat. Hornets versus Heat, brothers. We got the Heat here laying 6 points. Laying 6. They won. They had lost a bunch of games. They finally got off the schneid, finally got off the horse or whatever. Finally got a win, BlackJack. Now do they get a cover here? We got the Hornets team, young Hornets squad. Gordon Hayward leading the way over there. Jimmy Butler back for the Heat. What we got, BlackJack?
I want to take the Heat here, right? Like, that's what I want to do. Jimmy Butler's back. The Hornets have been a little too good lately for my liking. I want to take the Heat, but I just can't. I can't lay this number with knowing that there's still so many guys questionable on this team. I mean, you're looking at Hero's questionable, Dragic, Bradley, Iguodala is probable. Maybe we get him, maybe we don't. You know, there's just too much here. I think they need to work themselves back into a rhythm before I'm going to go out here and lay 5.5 or 6 with this team. I think it's just too many points right now to lay with the Heat.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a couple of full possessions there, Junior. A couple of full possessions. Them near 3 possessions here. Do they bring the defense? Do they bring the fight tonight, Junior? You know this Heat team well. Jimmy, you know what I'm saying, starting to get his feet wet. What do you think tonight? The whole thing is can they keep the Hornets off the 3-point line, obviously?
I would actually have already taken the Hornets if Terry Rozier wasn't questionable, and it feels really funny to me to say that as much shit as I've talked about Terry Rozier on this show. He's actually playing a lot better than he did last year, and I have to recognize that. And if he's out, this team's just not good enough for me to take points with them without one of their without one of their 2 best players, right? So. I'm pretty sure it's fair to say he's their second best player after Gordon Hayward. So it's a pass for me, but my lean is towards Charlotte just because they're playing well. BlackJack said almost too well. They look really comfortable. They kind of look like they're starting to develop chemistry. Am I allowed to finally say that LaMelo's better than Lonzo? Because it looks like it to me.
You've been doing it. I said, I wasn't trying to cut you. No, I said, we've been knowing that LaMelo, like before he even got to the league, he was like, he finna come and take over because Lonzo hadn't really been progressing really like he should have been. Like, he's been in the league too long to still not really be able to shoot or, you know what I'm saying, not really progressed every year. But I wasn't trying to.
Like, LaMelo is making a case that he should be starting in Charlotte as a rookie. So, hats off to him. He still has a lot to work on because his shot's pretty inconsistent. But he's 6'7", could get to the hole, and his passing ability is special. You can't if you don't see that his vision is special, then you don't understand basketball. Again, he has a lot to work on, but Charlotte's got something going on though, and they got the oldest looking young guy in the league, Cody Zeller. I know he's not young, but Cody Zeller looks older than half the coaches in the NBA, son.
Hey, that's Caruso 2.0 right there.
Cody Zeller, how is Cody Zeller not getting just for men? Or what's his hair growth thing? He should be getting all them sponsorships. He should have that on lock, bro. Anyways, it's Charlotte or nothing for me here.
Yeah, that's Caruso 2.0. I'm gonna tell you what's the problem. People in the chat saying, "Hey, LaMelo start tonight." Then, so if Rozier's out, we know LaMelo probably gonna start. And the problem with him is the reason why he started is coming from his own coach. He said the turnovers. If he limit his turnovers, it'll be a totally different thing. You see what I'm saying? And the turnovers have been there. He'll average like 4 to 5 turnovers a game, like guaranteed. At least 4 or 5 guaranteed. So that's the main thing that's been keeping him on the bench. So we'll see. He come in the starting lineup tonight, possibly. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think that the Hornets are one of those teams like they need everybody. They can't afford to have a Rozier out because they need LaMelo to come off the bench to get that spark. Because the Martin twins, they're not bad, but it's just like they stayed in college all 4 years and everything. It's just they got a couple more years before they could really be, you know what I'm saying, a part of a really good bench, in my opinion. The Heat here, the main problem with them that I'm seeing, when Dragic is like really the main key with them, like when he's not in there, it's just kind of crazy. Like they need him, that kind of little point guard that'll get to the rim, get foul calls. He can hit threes, everything. So when this team gets healthy, he will be good. But they hadn't been healthy all year. That's why they've been struggling. But actually, for me, if it's me in this game, I can only look towards the Heat here. I think that they're going to be, you know what I'm saying, back at the house. They obviously, once they get some bodies back, they got Hero back, but they need Dragic back. I really think that's the main thing, but they still have enough bodies here. If they, like I said, you keep the Hornets off the 3-point line, they're not really a hard team to beat. But if you can't do that, then the boys, they will come and, you know what I'm saying, run you out of the gym, keep up their pace. If they're missing Rozier, there's no way that I would look towards towards the Hornets there. It's heat or nothing for me in this game. It's just the way I'm looking at it, my guys. Let's get to the next one. We got the Timberwolves versus the Cavs. And this one line opened up at 5.5, 5 for the Cavs. Now it's down to 4.5 at some spots here. A little revenge spot, a little home and home here. I know Sexton went down in that game. He ended up coming back. Hey, the Timberwolves beat them fair and square yesterday, guys. Fair and square, Junior. What you think about this game? Did the Cavs get back on track here versus Timberwolves?
So, are we really going to say that the Timberwolves are about to win 2 consecutive games? I don't. Again, I don't want to disrespect them, but the Cavaliers have been way more consistent, and at least I can say, if I'm looking to invest in this game, the Cavaliers actually really play defense. I think their defense will come to play today. I'm not putting my own money on it because this is just 2 shit teams. But if I had to, if you're giving me a free play, these Cavs are nothing.
Got you. BlackJack, you got to play on this game. BlackJack seemed to like the Cavs. What you taking the Cavs here? Oh, that side said, no, I ain't messing with the Cavs today.
The problem is this, Jay. I came into today looking at that game and said, the Minnesota Timberwolves cannot win 2 games in a row. There's no chance. I want the Cavaliers. And then I sat there and I pulled my screen up, Jay, and I said to myself, BlackJack, what are you doing? What are you doing? You can't lay 5 points with the Cleveland Cavaliers. What world, what planet, what universe are we in where we're going to lay 5 points with the Cleveland Cavaliers? So I can't do it. If this number were down at 3, I'd probably take the Cavaliers. But I can't lay 5 points with the Cleveland Cavaliers against anybody.
Gotcha. If there was one team, I mean, they are favored by for a reason. There's the Timberwolves. Like, they've been playing a lot better now, but they 1-7 on the road and 2-6 ATS on the road. So if there was a team, it's like that's why they're laying the points. I mean, what they're going to cover is a whole nother thing, but it's like they have to be laying there because if it was 1, 2, or 3, like people just would, it would be bet up to that. So, but like I say, it's been bet down. So you know what I'm saying. But in my opinion, here, the only way I'm looking at it is Cavs. It's the only way I can look at it in this revenge spot. It's either going to be Cavs or I'm going to stay off of it. That's the only way. Like the Timberwolves, they had the number 1 pick coming to the starting lineup. I mean, the Timberwolves, they always going to have a little because I actually feel like they have some competitors over there on the team. It's just about when they come to play. Russell, you know what I'm saying? We know that he can kind of be the main player over there. Then you got Rubio coming off the bench, who's really a starting point guard in this league. So they're kind of iffy team, but like Junior said, Cavs are the better defensive team. I mean, you got to get back to your. I even read some stuff this morning. I'm saying they getting away from how they play ball. That's probably with Garland coming back in there. I mean, before Garland was out there, they really was balling. So this really kind of messed stuff up. They still got Jared Allen and Drummond over there defending the paint. It's Cavs or nothing for me in that revenge spot. But I am with BlackJack here. I don't feel comfortable landing points, but that's the only way that I could look in this one, brother. Let's get to the next one, man. We got the Rockets versus the Thunder here. Rockets laying the 5. They've been hot here, man. They had a strong second quarter versus the Pelicans. That second quarter, really, I thought the Pelicans finna get them. Right? Said, no, we finna come sort of 40 on your ass in the second quarter. BlackJack, do the Rockets stay hot here, or do OKC get a little revenge here?
Listen, you know I like the Rockets, Jay. We've talked about this since the trade of Harden. I think they've played like they've had life pumped into them. I think the Rockets have looked really good. I'm not going to back them here, though. This feels like one of those spots where things could go a little sideways for them. If I were to have a play on this game, and I do not, I would have my strongest lean towards the under in this game. I think OKC's defense might give Houston problems tonight. I would lean to the under here. I don't like the side, though, on either side.
Got you. Yeah, this is the first time they actually didn't face off. It's different squads, though, Junior. This is actually the first time they faced off since the little revenge spot. Well, no, it's not the first. It's not the first time. Let me see, September 2020. Yeah, no, it is. But Junior, what you thinking here? Did OKC get a little playoff revenge here from the Rockets, a different OKC team?
I would take the points in this spot. I'm not laying almost 2 possessions with the Rockets on the road. That's just not going to happen. So I actually want to address something that 2 people have said in the chat. Like, oh, you're not picking no games. You don't want to pick no games. Bruh, if I don't have money on the game, I'm not telling other people to put money on the game. If y'all don't like that, it's because you're goofy. and I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do it. So this is a pass for me because I don't have money on it. That's how that works.
Exactly. And my thing, I'm just telling you guys how I'm looking at games, man. Whether they got, you know what I'm saying, money or not, I'm just letting you know, hey, look, this is the only side I'll be looking at. This is what I like. You see, we just here to break down the games. We have a bet on something, we'll let you know. But I'm telling you guys, man, right now in the NBA, it's so crazy. I'm trying to bet something that I really know is gonna win or that I really feel confident in. You see what I'm saying? If I don't have confidence in it, then I'm not gonna tell you guys I got a bet on it. I'm not gonna tell you to BlackJack. But hey, in this game, it's a crazy game because the Hawks, the Rockets, they've won 5 straight, covered 4 out of 5. They're hot. I'm not stepping in front of them right now. I think they're a better team. I mean, with John Wall and Oladipo together playing, them boys 3-0 so far. So I mean, they really building some over there. They got, I mean, Christian Wood. We know he's like a baby superstar over there. It's just the Rockets. Not the Rockets, the Thunder. They play really good defense. I do, and they are home dog here. They coming off a pretty bad game, if I'm not mistaken. The boys, it's just they scare me here. They scare me. Yeah, they come on. They gave up 147 points to be a defensive team. I know that they're pissed. I still think, like I say, the Rockets are a better team, but it could. We'll see how they playing, man. This is one where I say that you take a second half play. You really see how the Rockets come out here and play. If they keep it rolling like they did, you take them in the second half. If not, you see how the Thunder playing. If they come to play, like the Thunder could run away with this one if they really come to play. This is definitely one where you watch it and make a second half play. If you ask me, guys. Let's see what's the next game we got up on the rundown, man. We got the Kings versus the Pelicans. I can't see with the shades on, man. The sun's not in. The sun's not up, my guys. We got the Kings versus Pelicans. BlackJack, you got some more here. Kings been playing a lot better. I know I talk about your coach, but they've been playing a lot better here. What are we doing here with the Pelicans? Adams is questionable as well. It's something definitely have to talk about.
Jay, you're too far because you're in Texas. Junior, if I put money on this game by 8:00 tonight, I want you to get in your car, drive to me, and lobotomize me right here in my living room, because this is crazy. You're talking about laying points with a Pelicans team that we've spent the last 2 weeks talking about how Stan Van Gundy, 10 games in, might be on the hot seat. And we're sitting here saying a Kings team is rebounding and playing well lately. No, these two teams could show up and go any way. There is no predictability here. There's no consistency. Run away from this game. Run away. And if I bet it, Junior, get the ice pick ready.
Get the ice pick ready. Junior. So the Pelicans already beat them in Sacramento. Even when the Pelicans are playing terrible, they seem to could still beat Sacramento. Are they going to cover today at home, Junior?
I don't think so, to be honest. Sacramento's just playing better basketball than the Pelicans right now. Somebody in the comments on Friday made that point, and they were absolutely right. The Kings kind of seem like they've developed some kind of chemistry. De'Aaron Fox is being way more assertive. And when he's playing at his best, he's one of the hardest players to deal with in the league. And again, they have something which we haven't really seen from them for like a couple years, where like everybody seems to be kind of healthy. Because no matter what, continuity is like one of those things that I think people really take for granted. And they've had the same like core group of players now for like 3 years in a row. So the Pelicanos don't convince me. Yeah, they got a win recently, but a broken clock is right at least twice a day, right? So that doesn't really convince me that they're all of a sudden right. They still have all the same problems as before. They just lost to the Rockets. I'm just really not convinced by the Pelicanos right now. So it's Sacramento or nothing for me.
Guys, yeah, the Kings, they little last game of a little 4-game road trip. They've covered 4 straight games, though. Like you said, I mean, they've been playing well. You want to see what's up with Adams. Even if you do like the Pelicans, Adams being out may not hurt a ton because they can still run small ball versus the Kings. So just keep an eye out for their win. The line will literally go down. Like if Adams is ruled out, it'll literally go down to probably like 1.5, 1. Like people probably make a big deal out of it. Kings may even go off as a favorite there. So it'll just be something to keep an eye out for. He's definitely questionable. He definitely didn't come back in the last game, and he could definitely possibly sit this one out. Kings, a lot of sharps on the Kings. Knicks today. So we'll see today if they in this road trip, if the Kings are back, if they for real make it 5-0 straight covers. We'll see. I'm with Blake. I'm not touching this game. Maybe an over, maybe a fast-paced game. Blake J, what you thinking? If anything, the over 233.
Lobotomy.
Junior, what you think? If you had to take something on the total, for if like a free bet,
now, bro, I would take the over because the Kings are by far the worst defensive team in the league, and the Pelicans are not that far behind. The Pelicans' defense is garbage, so I would only look towards the over in this spot.
Exactly, and we know today's NBA, man, plenty of foul calls, plenty of pace. Plenty of shooting and free throws, man. So, hey, you can never talk somebody out of the over in today's NBA. But still, a few of them unders been hidden. But let's get to the next game, man. We got the Blazers versus the Bucks here. Man, the Bucks, them boys, I don't know what them boys struggling on. I don't know what they're high on. Them boys gassed up over there. I wonder, is it legal over there in Wisconsin or what? Them boys on the gas, they just go over there to Michigan and get it, come back. You know, they cool. Somebody say that Giannis, he get pulled over. It's like, oh, I'm Giannis. It's okay. Let me smoke the gas and it'll be okay. BlackJack, what we got here? We got is Dame time showing up again? Take the points with the almost double digits with Blazers, or are you laying it? The Bucks get back right at the house.
Laying it. Milwaukee -8.5 tonight. Bucks lost 2 in a row Friday and Saturday. I think that that's enough for them to kind of get their heads back in this. I don't know what their issue was. I know we've talked about them not being exactly the same team, but here's the problem. Portland just can't play defense against what Milwaukee's going to throw at them. I mean, it took them a buzzer beater to beat Chicago. And, I mean, if we're being honest here, the Blazers just have not been playing good basketball. And now they're going in to play a Milwaukee team that, like I said, off 2 losses. I mean, this screams get right spot for the Bucks.
Got you, Junior. What you think here? I mean, BlackJack makes some damn good points there, man. I must say, and they still missing Derrick Jones Jr. as well, just to make things even worse for him. On top of McCollum and Nurkic. So, if you don't have anybody to do that wall against Giannis Jr., it gets pretty ugly. What you think? Here? Are you with BlackJack?
First of all, whenever we talk about the Bucks, I'm gonna need a J Money Giannis impersonation because that was funny as hell. I'm gonna say something I haven't said in a long time. Bucks trifecta. That's what we're doing. I'm taking the Bucks first quarter. I'm taking the Bucks first half. I'm taking the Bucks full game for those of you that are brand new. That's how we're doing it. And I'm telling you one of the main reasons. Portland has lost 4 times this season by 20-plus points. This is a team that when they don't show up to play or it's not going right, it goes all the way wrong for these boys. They're missing CJ. They're missing Nurkic. And by the way, 3 of those 20-point blowouts have been on their own home court. All right. Now they're facing the Bucks team coming off 2 losses in a row, back at the crib. Last loss was pretty embarrassing. Giannis looked like he was actually crying on the bench. I don't know why he was crying or what the reason was, but getting your ass kicked by the Charlotte Hornets. Maybe that's one of the. Maybe the other reason is that was the 8th loss of the season in 19 games. It took Milwaukee 54 games before they lost 8 times last year. Just for those of you that are not paying attention, so I think that Milwaukee is not the same team, which I've said repeatedly. But after digging into the stats more recently, especially after that loss, they're still a very good first half team. I think they're the 3rd best offense in the first half and the 7th best defense. So I'm going to take Milwaukee against an inferior team, a team that I've repeatedly said on the show I think is soft as baby food. And, yeah, I'm trifecta Bucks all day. So those of you can plan on make bets. That's 3 picks in 1 shot. All right?
Hey, and I couldn't talk. Hey, my God.
Today, Jay.
Junior going trifecta spot on them. Hey, the Bucks here. If Giannis get into the hole, it's going to be. Hey, I might have to ride with my guy Junior Nell, and they got Cantor down low. You got Covington out there, so you have Nazir Little starting out there. You have Gary Trent Jr. coming off the bench. Coming off the bench into the starting lineup is what I mean. So you got Carmelo coming off the bench. Anthony Simons. Oh man, it's just I like Rodney Hood, but it's just like, oh boy, this is one where the Bucks bench will actually could possibly look like all stars, man. I'm with you guys, man. I am because. The whole thing is the Bucks off 2 straight losses. They come into the house here. If they got to be in smash mode though. You have to be in smash mode the whole game and smack them by 30. You can't give them no type of leeway. You do have a defensive stopper, Drew Holiday over there. As long as he hold Dame Lillard to below 25, I think this one could be a nice little double digit win. What's up, Junior?
2 things. Number 1, shout out to Buddy in the chat that said Giannis was crying because he got baptized by Cody Zeller. That's hilarious.
He did get dunked on. He did get dunked on. The whole Top Shot shit. I had saw some shit about Top Shot on it. I don't know what's up with that. What's going on with that shit? But yeah, I saw something about it. What was you gonna say, Junior?
When the Pelicanos took out the last time the Pelicanos got a playoff victory, the only time they've ever won a playoff series, when they beat the Blazers. Drew Holiday put a straight jacket on Dame Lillard. Never seen Dame Lillard get shut down like that. So if there's one guy in the entire NBA that could slow Dame down, Drew Holiday has all kinds of film to prove that he could do that.
Exactly. Hey, it's all Dame Lillard right now, guys, with the Blazers. It's not that they can't keep it close, but like Dame Lillard has to be there. He literally has to be their savior and go for 40 or 50 points for them to be able to stay in games right now without CJ. Like, see, I think really we're seeing what CJ McCollum means to the Blazers right now. I mean, we knew what he was, but really, they really struggling. It's really all on Dame right now, and they're missing the defender right now. Like I say, off a couple losses, we'll see if the in this same spot before the Bucks came back to the house and they smacked up the Hawks by 14. So we'll see what happens in this game. I think they didn't have a couple of players, the Hawks though, but we'll see what happens in this one, my guys. Yes, it's Bucks or nothing for me in this game. It's the only way I could look, man. It's no Blazers for me. So let's see. We got the Knicks game. Knicks versus Bulls. BlackJack. You quiet today, BlackJack. Come on, man. What we doing? We taking the Bulls here to bounce back at the crib off of a terrible loss at the crib? What?
First of all, quiet today. I just told Junior to give me a lobotomy later tonight. Second of all, listen, this isn't quite a lobotomy game, but it's close. And I'm going to say this right now. I don't want to see one comment in this chat saying it's a Tom Thibodeau revenge game. He last coached in Chicago 6 years ago. 6. This is not a revenge game for Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, somebody gonna say it too. I'm looking
also,
for it.
I don't know that Tom Thibodeau's players really love him. He's not a warm, cuddly kind of guy. I don't think they're going out of their way to crush the Bulls, who he coached for 6 years ago. Having said that, if I were playing this game, and I'm not, and let me say it again, don't spend your money on this game, it would be Knicks or nothing for me, and I hate myself for saying that, but it would be. The Knicks had a bad game against the Clippers. Jay, you said it. The Knicks struggle with teams with those kind of versatile forwards. The Bulls, not quite that type of matchup for the Knicks. I think the Knicks will play better against the Bulls. I think they'll show more defensive intensity tonight. I would lean to the Knicks and the points, but it's a real soft lean.
Got you. No, I'm just messing with you, BlackJack. I was just trying to wrap you up a little bit. Junior, what you got, my guy? What the Bulls here off 3 straight losses here. Now they off 3 straight losses off of. I mean, the last one was really a tough one, so you can't really blame too much, Junior, for the Lakers and Celtics loss. But then you lose to the Blazers, you get that one snatched from you. Them boys, they was pissed going into the locker room. Now they catch the Knicks on a little back-to-back spot. What you think here, Junior?
Yeah, look, Zach LaVine had that. I'm taking my ball and going home. You know, you ever been at the playground and homeboy has the
plenty of times.
he has the only ball. Like, yo,
hey, I'm leaving.
Your crib. He takes the ball and go home. Zach LaVine looked like that dude after that loss. So, that was horrible, bro. That was horrible. I had Enes Kanter kissing Dame. Anyway. Listen, in terms of this game, it's kind of hard to figure out the Knicks, right? Because they're scrappy. This is the only way I can really describe them. It's not pretty. And I think that I have to agree with BlackJack. I mean, first of all, you want to think that the Bulls are going to come out with energy and be pissed the way they lost that game, et cetera, et cetera. But it could go the other way. They could be demoralized off a loss like that, a game that they basically threw away because everything had to go wrong for them to lose the tip and then the tip go to the only person on the court that's going to make that shot. So, like, it's kind of ridiculous the way they lost that game. The Knicks, I have to lean Knicks, I guess, which means listen, I would never put my money on this game, so but I lean Knicks.
Got you. Yeah, I think they expended. If it's me, the only way I could look at it is Bulls in this game. That's the only way I could look is Bulls here. I know it's I'm with Junior. That is something. That is a thing where they couldn't be off. They can't be like just scared or petrified or just, you know what I'm saying, just like it's in your head now. But I mean, you gave up a game-winning shot, man. You just got to come out. You got to put your head down and go back and get it. You know what I'm saying? You still at the house. What did I tell you guys before, man? This is a 4-game. This is the first game, but they're gonna have 2 games. But they're on a long home stand. They lost every single game before. Now they got the Knicks. The Knicks are a scrappy team, and I like what they're doing with it. When you got Burks and Rivers, you know what I'm saying, coming off the bench like that, their offense is really ignite this team because the starting 5 will be defense. Then the second team will be offense. But I mean, I think the Bulls can match up well with them boys. This is just one where it's like if the motivation was like the Bulls come out here with their motivation pissed off, they could come out here and smack the Knicks. Knicks play some really good defense, but we know Thibodeau, man, he run his guys out. Let me just look real quick how many minutes they played yesterday. Because I mean, he just runs them guys to the. And they had a tough game. Yes, they was up in that game. They was tiff and tap versus the Clippers before they pulled away. I just want to look real quick. BlackJack. I know you say you don't want to bet this game, but say if you was to look at a total here, what would you be looking towards here?
It's a great question, Jay. It's a great question because you've got the Knicks who are, I guess, if you want to say known for something, it's their defense. And the Bulls are kind of the opposite. They're a team that shoots and can put up points. Total in this game is pretty reasonable. It's at 218. I think I would lean to the under here, but not by much. And I just to be clear, because there are some people asking, saying about the Knicks. And I know I've been hard on the Knicks. Mm-hmm. I like what Thibodeau is doing from the perspective of I think the Knicks are developing some interesting players, right? Like I like Quickly. I think RJ Barrett's played better this year. Randall, we know, has played well. It's been, if you're a Knicks fan, it's signs of progress. It's better than what it's been. But from a betting perspective, there's not a lot to put your money on here. This team is just not consistent in any sort of way. They'll go out and they'll beat Utah, they'll beat Boston by 30, and then they'll just get blown out by Cleveland. Like there's no level of consistency with this Knicks team that gives you any sort of confidence putting your money on.
Yeah, no, you saying that's basically like the whole NBA right now. But that's it. I just want to ask you that real quick on the toe. We're gonna get to some other games. Yeah, not a ton of guys play, but we know Julius Randle, he's gonna play 36 a game damn near every time. So he was the main one that played most of the minutes. I mean, it could be a little angle there with Thibodeau going back to Chicago, but it's still his team that's coming in off the back-to-back off of a tough off of a hard-fought game where they spend a lot of energy. And then you got the team that's at the house that's lost 3 straight that's pissed off. So it's Bulls. I can only look at Bulls. I'm not betting that game, no. But let's see. We're going to try to get to a few more. Pistons versus Nuggets here, my guys. Pistons versus Nuggets. Line open up at 9.5. If you like the Pistons, you could have got 9.5 this morning. It's 9.5, 9, 8.5, now 8 here. A couple of moving parts here. You got the Nuggets who've been hot. They've been pretty hot. They do have the Lakers on deck here, BlackJack. What do you think here? You kind of sort of know when to take the Pistons. Is this the spot to take the Pistons here, BlackJack?
I mean, this screams it, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm still like, maybe one of you two can talk me into this because every bone in my body here says take Detroit plus the points, right? I mean, you've got a Denver team who's got the Lakers on deck. They played the Jazz yesterday, who were the hottest team in basketball. They beat Utah by double digits. Now they get the Lakers coming up ahead of them, and Detroit just sitting there in the middle. I mean, like, this feels like a spot like the Lakers spot against the Pistons, right? Where the Lakers were coming off a game against Philly, Boston up next, and Detroit's just sitting there. It feels like a Pistons play, but for some reason I'm real apprehensive. I don't know. I'm a little gun shy here.
Yeah, it's because the Pistons haven't been good on the road, BlackJack. That's why. That's why. But I do like when you like the Pistons, though, Junior. What do you think? This line went down for a reason. I don't think it screams the Pistons because, I mean, all the stats and everything points to the Nuggets here. They've been the hotter team, and they're at the house. I mean, they just ended the Jazz streak and smacked them up here. Junior, what do you think in this particular game? Pistons plus the points, or you landed with the Nuggets here?
I mean, the Nuggets, laying this many points with the Nuggets seems like a super square play, right? But squares win too. So I don't know. If I was Donovan Bujarski in the chat, I would probably make this square ass play. And I'm only calling you out, Donovan, because you just said that me and Jay don't make no picks right after I gave you a trifecta. Stop testing me.
And he probably somebody operating under a fake name or something.
Down, Donovan. But no, seriously. I can only look Nuggets just because they're too hot right now. Michael Porter Jr. looks like the real deal. That's such a steal. If he can stay healthy and at least play a little bit of defense, that looks like such a steal. The Nuggets look like they might even be ready to make a little bit of a run in the playoffs. So like last year, I know they beat Utah, but that was a first round series. I think that they might be rounded into form. Their defense is what worries me. That's why I can't lay this many points. As good as their offense looks, their defense has not been great. It's been better lately because they've been winning. But just because you're winning doesn't mean you're playing great defense. Jesus Christ. I have to lean Nuggets here just because they're the better team, the hotter team. But everything that BlackJack is definitely saying is valid. It's such a what's the word? It's such a sleepy spot. You just beat Utah, the hottest team in the league. You got to go to LA to play the Lakers, a primetime game, which is on Thursday. And now you got Detroit in between. I'm just not sure I trust this Denver team, who, of all the teams in the NBA that are a playoff caliber team, they definitely qualify in that Sixers category in terms of it just depends on their mood. If they don't feel like playing, bro, it could go all the way wrong. As a matter of fact, I remember now that I'm saying this, having money on Denver against Detroit last year in Detroit when the Pistons were horrible.
Exactly. No, you're exactly right.
Straight up.
Yep.
You remember that?
No, I remember. Well, I was looking at when the Pistons went to Denver and they only lost by 3. That's what I need to look at, how they fare in Denver. I don't want to care. Yeah, but no, you're right about that. And I was looking at the Pistons were a lot worse team when you really look at it. In this particular game, I can only look the Pistons here. I know that the Nuggets, they're coming off of a super. I mean, I put something on the Pistons here. Plus the line's not out there, so I can't make the Pistons official now. Plus 9.5 out there this morning. I had to put some on that. It wasn't available long either. It wasn't available long, but it's just something I had to hop on with the Nuggets because I mean I don't think that the Pistons will win this game, but as far as them keeping it closer, keeping it within 10 points, I said hell, I have to. You got Jeremy Grant and Plumlee coming back to Denver here. Grant with the revenge spot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all didn't think I was no superstar. Oh, okay, let me go then. Let me go to the Pistons. We might not have a good record, but they play hard every single night. They got DeLon Wright. I mean, he gonna have to stay with Jamal Murray. That's one thing I could say because when they got smashed by the fucking Warriors, they couldn't do nothing with Curry. See what I'm saying? When you got a shooting point guard and the Pistons, the point guard play isn't superb. So when you have another superb point guard, you can't let them go off. The Nuggets do have one, but if you're taking the Pistons here, you're betting that the Nuggets gonna have a flat spot, beating one of the hottest teams in the league. Always gonna be a revenge spot. Jazz beat them earlier this year. They say it's a rival. They always want to beat the Jazz there. So some first came coming back to the house off a road trip, and they didn't have a sleeping spot. Maybe this is the one where they have a flat spot. You got the Lakers on deck. You got the revenge angle with the Pistons. They just got their asses smacked coming off a terrible loss. They're not great on the road, so it definitely wasn't a huge play for me, but I put some on them plus the 9.5. I see why the line's going down. And you got Gary Harris out as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe somebody else. I'm betting on maybe the Nuggets just really not caring about this game as much. Come in here and win, sleepy spot like the Nuggets do. They Plumlee on Jokic. He's been seeing him plenty of time in practice. I know how to guard you, my guy. Grant, hey, this is what you do against Murray, bro. So-and-so, y'all double team his ass. Ooh, he don't like this. Hey, put something in this Gatorade. No, I mess with you, man. But I like the. I did get on the Pistons plus 9.5. But real quick, another game. This Mavs versus Suns, man. I know a lot of people. I can only look at Mavs, man. I'm gonna have to put some on the Mavs. Still trying to see what's up with Booker. But this is, I'm telling you, this is the spot. This is absolute must-win spot. I hadn't been taking them. It's not me taking them over and over times, and it's not a homer spot. But this is just one where I know where the Mavs were up on this team already. It's a revenge spot at the house. Like I say, these all three revenge spots at the house. I can only look at Spurs, Cavs, and Mavs today. All three revenge spots. The numbers there, the narratives there. That's the only thing I can look at. They playing revenge at the house, and they were the favorite team before. The Mavs were up 13 on the Suns, so it's not like they're not the better team than them. They can beat this team. It's a put up or shut up tonight on NBA TV. They get Porzingis back. I don't know if that helps or hurt, but the Mavs are a full squad tonight for the first time in a while. So I don't care what you say, BlackJack. The Mavs finna get this win tonight over Phoenix. I don't give a damn what you say.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
All right, we'll take Phoenix.
They were up by 13.
Take Phoenix.
They still lost by 6. I am taking Phoenix. Official play plus 2.5. I'm on the Suns. I'll tell you what, I think we get Devin Booker back tonight, but even without him, Phoenix is going to do this thing. This Mavs team stinks.
Man, I'm taking the Mavs. Jay. Taking them tonight.
Phoenix.
Give me the Mavs. We go head to head, my guy. That's cool. That seems better for the show. Give me the Mavs, man. They look terrible. Them boys gonna get back right, man. They gonna get back right. I'll bet on it. I'll take the Mavs. But BlackJack, break them off with your official plays before we get out of here.
Here we go. Atlanta plus 6, Milwaukee minus 8.5, Phoenix plus 2.5. And while you guys were talking, you swung me around. I'm going to go Detroit, Denver over 217.
That's not a bad play. It's not. I was wondering why that shit came down so much. I was seeing it open up like it's like 225 or something, and it's come all the way down. But yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of sharp money coming in on that over. I don't play any totals, but yeah, I would look towards the over. No, I think the Pistons will be, motivated to score some points, and like maybe you don't see that stifling defense with the Nuggets tonight, man. Junior, break them off with your plays, my guy.
Bucks trifecta. For those of you who don't know what that means, first quarter, first half, full game, reindeers. Let's get them.
Got you. And what my money is on, I did get Pistons plus 9.5. I like the Mavs. I got them earlier this morning at 1.5. It's going back up, come off the board. Booker could play. It's put up or shut up time for the Mavs, man. They got one of the early season candidates over there on the. Hey, they got to come to play tonight, man. If they lose tonight, it's really going to be a lot of questions. They lose on national TV tonight. It's really going to be a bunch of questions for the Mavs over there tonight. This is the night. They full squad. It's an absolute must-win tonight. Doesn't mean that they are, but the spot, revenge spot, everything at the house, I have to ride with tonight. Absolutely have to. I could only look at Spurs. I could only look at Bucks. I could only look at Bulls. I could only look at Cavs. I like the Hawks. I'm probably going to get down on Hawks as well, plus the 5.5. I'm probably going to get down on that as well. I can only look at Heat, man. That's the show today. We appreciate you guys for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. Go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out the content, my guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow.